I awake each morn to a brand new day, singing Alleluia as I go on my way. For my heart is fixed on this one guarantee, the love that is all holds me tenderly. Tender mercies, oh, tender mercies is holding me. Tender mercies, oh, tender mercies is holding me. So no matter the need and no matter the threat, I'm secure in your love, no fear, no regret. Can there be a sweeter comfort, a grace more divine than the thought that your love is here and is mine? Tender mercies, oh, tender mercies is holding me. Tender mercies, oh, tender mercies is holding me. Okay, now back to the table. Okay, notice that the table legs are quite monstrous. They're big, bulbous ceramic legs. And this table is only, I think it's 16 feet long, but you could have a 24-foot long table, and people ordered tables from us all different lengths, some even 4 by 4, and with 4 big bulbous legs. But the key to why it can be so long is that, if you see, underneath, for however long it is, we made different amounts of these beautiful ceramic legs going down the middle. This one only needed 3, but the longer the table, the more legs we put in the middle. So, and this table was especially fun because we had, can you just imagine? We had a beautiful old train, an electric train that we painted in the most outrageous manner. It was really beautiful, the detail in it. And every car and wagon on the table was used to hold condiments. So there could be condiments for ice cream sundaes. There could be condiments for curry. There could be condiments for, just sauces and butters and salt and peppers and that kind of thing. So whenever anyone wanted to have, say, please pass the butter, I would switch the train on just right under here, and nobody really knew who was commanding the train, who was the engineer. And it would go riding around the table and stop right at that person's place. And then if it needed to go to another person, it could back up or go forward. And it was just so much better than passing. We had little buns in it. We had all kinds of crackers and cheeses, and everything was carried in that little train. It was really fun. Okay, so here's another example of how Anne and Chet had no fears in hanging these layered, beautiful collages on top of all this busyness, because it just comes forth and you never know which is attached and which is on the surface. But this is what I wanted to show you. I don't know how this idea happened, but we live on the lake and there are lots of pebbles everywhere. And who ever thought of making a mosaic of pebbles on the skirting boards of a big room? I don't know, but I've never seen it before. And actually, I don't think I've ever seen it after. I don't think any of the people who've been following MacKenzie-Childs really stopped to notice this. But isn't it great the way it is all the way around the whole room? Everywhere, all the way around every corner. Look at how the gold glows. The green is so substantial and straight and strong. And then the pebbles from the beaches of the lake just wobbling around on the very bottom, just like underneath the water. Richard did this beautiful fireplace. He molded and sculpted it all. it's all, and then we painted it like the way we had been painting so much with the feathers of our chickens. We used the feathers of our chickens as our paintbrushes. Look at the how it makes like marble. It's called faux marble. But it's so much fun to do because there are no rules, just like when the marble was formed. There are no rules. And we would use little stippling brushes or sponges to make it melt out into the stone. And it's emulating this fireplace. You see? It's mirroring this stone fireplace. This came out of another person's house here. Then they gave it to us when they were reconstructing something about their chimney or their house. And they didn't really want this anymore, this dark old thing. But we thought, well, we can use it. And it's a nice cold stone. I don't know what it is. But isn't it amazing how Richard emulated that in the upper parts? Look. This is one of my favorite things. These, remember I told you about the fire we had? Well, when everything started breaking everywhere, we didn't want to throw it away because, look, every little piece, even if it has dust on it, it's so beautiful. Every little speck of decoration, and we just wanted to savor everything. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? And so we drilled through the glass. Some of them are very thick. This is a hand-blown glass. This one's one we made in Mallorca. In the north of Italy, near Venice, on an island. And anyway, we would drill through it with a diamond needle with water pouring on it all the time so that it wouldn't crack the glass. But look at here, even is a fork that we designed. It's missing a little bit of it, but we didn't want to throw it away. It's made of mother of pearl. And then little sticks from down at the lake and shells and beads and, oh my goodness, prisms from off of old chandeliers, bottle tops from the lake. See how it's all weathered? I think they call it sea glass, but this is lake glass. And then another little shell coming off of here. And little, look at, here's a thistle. Isn't that gorgeous, that thistle? It's brass, but it's one of the prettiest thistles I think I've ever seen. Here's another bottle top from the lake. I just think, even though, it's from so long ago now, it's still so beautiful to me. Little tiny glass leaves. And we had curtains like this. And look at the little fish. For a moment, I forgot the name of the place where we used to make these glasses. It's called Murano. And little fish like this would have come from Murano too. It's an island off of Venice. They used to make all the glass in Venice, and it was extremely valuable because the kings and the queens all had to have this beautiful glass. But Venice kept burning down, the city of Venice, because of the glass works were all fire, and it caused great fires. So they made all the glass workers move to an island that was not important, off the coast, off of Venice, and have only the glass works there. And the glass workers were practically next to royalty. They were so important in those early days in the 1500s and 1600s. And so they lived very well, but they had to live separate from the rest of society in order to keep the glass works from burning down the main city constantly. So Murano is where all the beautiful glass is made now, and where we made our beautiful glass. Okay, I think I'm going to take this off the wall. and take it to the window so you can see it. It's one of my favorite paintings. It's of Highland cattle in the wilds of Scotland. These cattle were wild, and they have come to America, and we had a whole herd of Highland cattle at our studio. Beautiful bulls and cows and calves. And the thing that was so amazing about it is that the bulls and the cows, they're all a little bit smaller than the bulls and the cattle that I'm used to. We grew up with Scottish Shorthorns, which are quite a big animal for a beef cattle. But these are petite. They're not like those little horses that are miniature. No, they're regular cattle, but you know, their head, like the bull's head, would stand about this high. They're very heavy and strong. But you know, a bull of most other breeds of beef cattle would be like sitting up quite heavy, quite big and high. And so anyway, this is a painting of Highland cattle, which we've had hanging over here all this time. Okay, so do you think it's time for us to stop our video and have another day? Maybe it is. Let's say goodbye, and maybe we can talk about another room, and if we decide to add it on, we will. Okay, so I'm now going to say goodbye, all my channel mammals, and we'll come back and visit again in another section of our house, our old house, that's now so lovingly cared for. And we'll discover other things. So I'll say goodbye, and then we'll make another time, maybe tomorrow or the next day. Okay, bye-bye. I'm going to go back out in the beautiful sunshine.